So some parents' rights activists now calling on the AG Garland to resign amid a whistleblower's claims that the FBI created a system to track parents' quote threats against school board officials. This is happening as two Texas fathers are said to be arrested after they were speaking out against officials at a school board meeting in their state. Take a look, New York Post cover, the war on parents arrested, profiled by feds and cops for caring about their children's schools. Want to bring in Ohio Republican Jim Jordan. Sir, good morning to you. House Judiciary Committee ranking member, also the author of the new book, Do What You Said You Would Do. Sir, thank you for your time today. There is a letter that's been drafted apparently by this whistleblower. It's not been made public. It has been shared with some members of the media, but we have not seen it. Can you characterize the tenor of that letter from the whistleblower?
Yeah, the whistleblower talks about what's in the email that went out to the FBI agents around the country, telling them to, put together this threat tag, put this label, this terrorist tag on parents. And this email bill went out the day before Merrick Garland come in front of our committee and told us, oh no, nothing of the sort is going on. I mean, he tells us that, testifies to that, tells the American people that. At the same time, just 24 hours earlier, this email had been sent out. So the whistleblower walks through some of that in his letter, but it is just giving his belief about what this email tells FBI agents to do. Okay,
on that specific letter, has the FBI or anybody DOJ, have they responded to these claims?
Well, we had Peter Strzok saying yesterday. Now, he's no longer with the FBI, thank goodness. But he said, oh, this is normal. This is how this works, threat tags, which should scare us when Peter Strzok, the guy who did all the activities he did in the Trump-Russia investigation, is calling this normal, putting this tag, putting this label. Here's the fundamental question, Bill. What's the number? How many Americans, how many parents, how many moms, how many dads now have this tag, this label put on their name? Do these two guys in Texas? Does Clay Travis, who showed up at a school board meeting and spoke out against policies at his children's school? I mean, that's the part that's most troubling, and that's why we asked Chairman Nadler yesterday, when will you bring back the Attorney General to answer questions? After all, it sure looks like he misled the American people when he gave the answers that he did.
Okay, two things here. You mentioned Merrick Garland there. Here is testimony from 3 weeks ago, October 21. Roll this.
I can't imagine any circumstance in which the Patriot Act would be used in the circumstances of parents complaining about their children, nor can I imagine a circumstance where they would be labeled as domestic terrorists.
All right, can you dispute that?
As he made that statement, the Counterterrorism Division at the FBI was sending an email to FBI agents around the country saying, put a threat tag on parents' names. So that directly contradicts it. He can't imagine using the Patriot Act. Well, then why was it the Counterterrorism Division at the FBI who sent this email out to FBI agents?
Well,
He's got, I think, a lot of questions to answer.
Fair point. And here's what the FBI said about that threat tag phrase you use. A tag is merely a statistical tool to track information for review and reporting. The creation of a threat tag in no way changes the longstanding requirements for opening investigation, nor does it represent a shift in how the FBI prioritizes threats. They're essentially saying that's pretty much of a nothing there.
No, you got to take it in context, too, Bill. Remember, we had the School Board Association, a left-wing political group, send the letter to the White House. We now know they were coordinating with the White House prior to sending that letter, asking the White House asking Joe Biden to involve the FBI in using the Patriot Act to spy on parents or to look into parents at school board meetings. 5 days later, after that letter is sent, Merrick Garland does exactly what that association asked for. But what happened the day after he testified in front of our committee? We made this an issue, and we talked about this. The School Board Association apologized and withdrew their letter. Why won't Merrick Garland do the same thing? He needs to stop this in its tracks. He needs to stop tracking parents with whatever label, whatever they're going to call it. Stop tracking parents. Stop giving them this label. This is what needs to happen. And the American people understand it for what it is.
We'd like to see the letter. When that's available, we'll look at it. Thank you, sir, for your time today. Jim Jordan, good luck on the book. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.